We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Ought to be a good one here between the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays baseball starts right now. Chase Anderson gets the ball for the Blue Jays in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matty V, a little bit of a mixed bag with this guy. An ERA of over 4 in his last 3 starts. He's either been really good or really bad, and recently he's been more bad than good. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around and pitch better in this one here today.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is line to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches base to start out the first.
Batting second, the right fielder, number 99, Alex Verdugo.
And the next up will be Alex Verdugo, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. Guys, as the Jays take the field here tonight, they came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, if they're going to clean up their recent trend right now, they're going to have to find a way for it to start on the mound. They can't go out like last game and allow a bunch of runs and not play sound defense behind them. Both those things are going to have to change if this team's going to get it going in the right direction.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And look out. He has to back away there and then give a little glare out to the mound. It's ball 2.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Here's J.D. Martinez. And there you see his righty-lefty splits and how they've played out so far this season. He's set. Here it comes. Oh, and 1. Here it comes. Line toward right center. And he won't get it as that's down for a base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out.
To say this game has not started the way the pitcher wanted it to would be an understatement, to say the least. But he can't worry about the mistakes he made here. He just has to get himself out of it. Easier said than done as the cleanup man steps in next.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch on its way. A ball and no strikes.
When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
A ball and a strike. Benintendi on third, Verdugo on second, Martinez at first with no outs. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Now the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
Swing and a misses. He was way early on that one. 3-2.
Hey, that's the kind of swing you'd like to see a guy take with the bases loaded. He's going for the downs.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hot shot down the line. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that is through into center field. A base hit. 1 run scores. And the runner from second is in to score. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Hey, one of the things you want to do, Dero, is strike early, and they've done just that with a big hit driving in 2.
Yeah, Dan, great to grab an early lead right there, especially when you could throw up a crooked number for your pitcher.
Here now is Rafael Devers, and the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. He's set, and the pitch. Ran the circle change in on him. A ball and no strikes.
Well, I think he's got to find a way out of this jam and limit the damage. If he's unable to do that, this game could get away from him.
First and second here with nobody out. Fouled away.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
That's ball 3.
Not a good spot to be in right now. Pitcher's falling behind in the count with a guy up that hits really well with runners in scoring position.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Left fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Dero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Matty, I know this team can swing the bat. But one thing I'm focused on, and I think a huge key for this team, is base running. And I'm not necessarily saying stolen bases. Just being aggressive on the base pass, putting the defense on their heels, taking the extra base. Maybe that send from first to home. That's what I'm hoping to see.
Mitch Moreland comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And that's too high, ball 2.
Got to find a way to execute either a good fastball down the way or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the heart of the plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert.
And he fouls this one off. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. 3 balls and a strike to count to Moreland.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there. Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
And he takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full.
3-2.
And try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
A lot of indecision there on that check swing, and that's something you see quite a lot on 3-2. when the difference between striking out and drawing a walk can be an inch or two, it's pretty understandable why guys aren't always aggressive with their swings.
First pitch curveball swung on and missed. Strike one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. A bouncer up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. The throw to the plate. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Hey, I can't imagine that's a pitch he was looking for right there. But he did his best to keep his nose in there and drive that changeup for a base hit.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. Another first inning RBI opportunity for him here. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. He'll come home with it. And he is safe at the plate. It's now a 4-0 game.
He took that back right where it came from. Nice ribby knock right up the chute there.
Yeah, a little bit frustrating as a pitcher. You always hear that, hey, you want to make yourself one of the defenders, but that ball was hit just out of his reach, right up the middle, base hit, and another run batted in.
So here's Michael Chavis now as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. The average not so hot, down at 210 for the season. 5 homers and 11 RBIs. Back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. Bradley rounds third and is digging for the plate. The tag, and he's safe as they extend the lead to 5-zip.
It's only the first inning, so you hate to say this, but this thing might already be over. Down 5 in the first, they've got to get the car back onto the road, even if the wheels are a little loose and wobbly.
Ryan Verdugo comes on to work much earlier than anticipated, obviously, as he'll try and right the ship in the very first inning. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi, as the first pitch to him, a sinker in the dirt for ball one. The 1-0 delivery. Hey. Two men are on with 2 men out. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And some action now in the Toronto bullpen as a right-hander starts to get loose. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball.
There isn't a hitter alive that doesn't love hitting in fastball counts like 3-1. It's usually a pretty fruitful count in terms of getting a pitch to drive.
And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Stepping up to the plate, Alex Verdugo. He hits here in a spot where he might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Matt, down 5, another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot if they can get out of this jam, though.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Verdugo, playing here in his age 26 season. He was selected in the 15th round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
Here it comes, 0-2. Liner towards second, but right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. So a very good outburst here as 5 runs come across and allow them to take the lead. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Blue Jays coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Colin McHugh will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really dependable. Last 3 starts, ERA just under 3.00, and that's some pretty good pitching. Minimizes the amount of walks, keeps his hits down, and if he can do more of the same of that, he should have some pretty good fortune in this one here today.
Into the box now, Bo Bichette. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here it comes. Edge of the zone that time taken and ruled a strike. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, I've been really impressed with this team, especially on the recent road trip to start to it. They're 3-1 after 4 games, playing really fundamentally sound baseball. From offense to defense, pitching, it's all coming together for this group.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Wow, that's the case right there where pitcher knows this guy's up there. He's in swing mode. That pitch wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he still swung at it.
Standing in now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1. He'll enter play with that batting average still shy of the 220 mark. 3 homers and 7 driven in. The pitch. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Didn't threaten the zone there. Looked like it might have actually popped out of his hand a little early. And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on in the dirt. Strike 3. Cervelli recovers, but no chance to recover. Guerrero is on at first after the strikeout. So they'll slap an error on the catcher there, and you can tell he's not happy back there. Striding in, Lourdes Gurriel. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. From the stretch. Runners on first with 1 down. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now. Fouled off. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Definitely not what you're trying to do here. 0-2 with a curveball. You see a lot of guys elevate a fastball like that in this situation, but a curve like that is just asking to get punished.
Verdugo is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the 2nd out.
Batting 4th, the designated hitter, Teoscar.
Teoscar Hernandez digging in now. He went deep in the contest last night. From the stretch.
Ball. Count 1-0.
The 1-0.
2-0.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
Fouled away. Now the 2-1. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. Oh, and no time to get him at first, not with his speed, and that'll go down as an infield single.
And that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Road. You can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Okay, I put in some work. Let's go.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
0-1.
And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now. McHugh pauses, and the pitch. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
From the belt, the pitch.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Sharp ground ball to third. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And that runner crossing from second scores their first run. It's now a 5-1 game.
Wow, I'm not sure how, but it looks like he didn't even touch this thing. Might have been thinking about throwing the ball before he actually caught it. The game moves fast, but you have to do one thing at a time.
So striding forward now, Reese McGuire. And now the Blue Jays look to put some more across the plate in this opening frame. Here's the first pitch to him. And oh, that gets him on the mound. Great support from his infield, though, as that's the third out. Weird way to end the inning. Blue Jays forced to settle for just the one. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Blue Jays 1. And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one.
J.D. Martinez.
And now a pitch on the way. And that one right down Main Street.
He's had some success so far, but he's going to need to continue to throw strikes early on in the zone, because the more they see this guy, sooner or later they're going to figure him out.
1-1 the count now. A little bit outside. 2-1.
Hasn't seen a heater yet in this at bat. One might be coming right here.
A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
He showed right there why having a good changeup is so valuable. 2-2, and he flips one up there that the bottom really falls out at the last minute. It's so hard to pick up, and it's even harder to make good contact with.
And that brings in Xander Bogaerts, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. behind 0-2 now. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 to the Boston shortstop. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Oh, and he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings up the third baseman, Rafael Devers. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. So far this season, Devers is slugging a little under the 400 mark, so the chances of his connecting with the ball right here aren't particularly good. This is on the ground over to first. Drury fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're up 5-1. Last half of the second set to go, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Billy McKinney.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
And a slider tails outside for ball 1. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. And the pitch. Good pitch there. Had him a little out in front. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
So now to the plate, Kevin Biggio. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. The windup and the 0-1. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Ranging back is Bradley, and it's gone. Solo shot to right center. Home run number 5 on the year, and it's now a 5-2 game.
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already. These pitchers might want to duck and cover if things continue this way.
Brandon Drury will bat next as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0. Drury stands 6'2" as you see him in the right-handed box. He was a 13th round pick back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Stepping up now, Bo Bichette. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. McHugh gets the sign. Here it comes. Smoke toward the hole. And Moreland will take this one to the bag himself, and the side is retired. Jays get one back on the solo home run. We've played 2. It's the Red Sox 5, the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with a report as we get set for the top of the third. Heidi?
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said forcing the opposing starter out of the game before the third inning and posting a bunch of runs right out of the gate was huge for them from a confidence standpoint and for their outlook moving forward in this game. The key now is keeping their foot on the gas pedal, Matt.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading off for Boston.
Striding into the box, Mitch Moreland looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
0-1.
Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one. And there's a base hit on the line.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Here's Jackie Bradley now, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. A base hit in his first trip. Ground ball to third, and they could get two. To second for one. On to first, and they turn the double play.
That's a great example there of why the sinker is such an effective pitch. The hitter's eyes see it higher in the zone than it ends up, and that makes it real tough to square up.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Francisco Cervelli looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. Now the pitch. In there for strike one, 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. And he falls behind 0-2. One and 2 to the Red Sox catcher. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down quietly. They're still out in front, 5-2. Bottom of the inning now, and set to go as the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
First offering on its way. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Waiting on it is Benintendi. And that's the first out of the inning. Now batting, Lourdes Gurriel. Flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far. Pitch on the way. There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0. Gurriel playing here in his age 26 season. He's in his rookie year here at the big league level. 2-0 to the Jays left fielder. Two balls and a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider right there for a strike. No shame in tipping your hat.
Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. Gone! A solo shot here to left. Third home run for him on the year, and it's a 5-3 game now.
You don't see this very often onto this starting pitcher. This guy's not used to giving up some bombs, so I'm sure that'll be a wake-up call, and he'll start throwing some better pitches.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez.
The designated hitter.
As he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Hernandez.
The windup and the 0-1. Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball. A ball and 2 strikes.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball. Great job on the mound using the curveball to set up the heater.
And it could go either way now, I suppose.
1 out, nobody on. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Randall Grichuk at the plate now. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. McHugh into his motion. Here it is on 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And here's a fastball, not close, as he runs it to 2-1 now.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
3-1 to him now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes.
3-2. Count is 3-2.
Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. 2 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off. He's able to ride this one high and deep toward right center. Verdugo looks up, and that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. Randall Grichuk leads the yard with a solo shot. Home run number 2 for him on the year. As they pull within 1 here, it's now a 5-4 game.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
In now, Reese McGuire.
Number 10.
As he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Benintendi in pursuit. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. 3 innings complete. It's the Red Sox 5, the Jays 4. Trent Thornton, a right-hander standing 6 foot even, will take over the pitching duties here.
Number 57. Trent.
Digging in, Michael Chavis. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this is low, ball 1. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses for the second ball.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Hit out towards second. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth.
Now back.
So the bases are empty with one man gone, and with it brings the left-handed swinging Andrew Benintendi. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Ball.
A bouncer to the left side. Bichette picks it up cleanly. Off balance throw, but he couldn't get enough on it, so it'll be scored as an infield single.
Number 99, Alex Verdugo.
To the plate now, Alex Verdugo. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 Boston errors to this point in the contest. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. A swing and a ground ball to third, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Open to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
On the ground to second base. This could be 2. To second for 1. On to first. Not in time as the umpire was right there to make the call. Now the Red Sox DH, J.D. Martinez. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Heading out towards shallow right. Right fielder is on the run. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 1 left for the Red Sox. They lead it 5-4. Just about set to go for the last of the fourth. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Blue Jays to discuss his thoughts on his team's lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've already put 4 runs on the board, and they've done so by running up their opponent's pitch count. So he said he thinks they're going to have a lot more opportunities to score because of that as the game goes on.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And standing in the outfielder, Billy McKinney.
Billy McKinney.
First offering on its way. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings. It's about time to get that pitch count down, or he won't be out here very long.
And it's fouled away.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Bradley moving in, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. Now to the plate, Kevin Biggio. And he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Too low, 1-0. 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. A ball and a strike. And that misses. 2-1. Curveball fooled him there as he's way out in front. Still 2-2. Popped him up. Cervelli is under this one. 2 gone. Standing in, Brendan Drury comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lays off 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And even 1-1 count to Brendan Drury. The 1-1. Hit on the ground toward the left. Devers fields it cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Blue Jays go down in order, and the deficit holds at 5-4. So here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Xander Bogaerts. A hit in 2 tries so far.
Xander Bogaerts.
Strike him out.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Two balls and no strikes for Bogaerts.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop. You better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
3-0 now.
Well, ball 3 there, and you know the Sox would love to start an inning. Hey, a leadoff walk would be a great thing right now.
And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the 5th inning.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Rafael Devers the next to bat. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
In time as he just gets the tag down.
Well, he showed a lot of patience to work out that walk, but it got erased pretty quickly. Always hate to give outs away on the base pass, especially when you've gotten on base for free.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Devers, right field and carrying well. Right fielder looking up, and this one is gone. A home run. It's a solo home run for Rafael Devers. 6th home run on the season for him, and it's now 6-4.
Now batting.
There's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
2-1 to the Red Sox first baseman. Hit sharply on the ground. Bichette's got it. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batting.
Standing in, Jackie Bradley Jr. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
The way he's been able to command his fastball those first 2 pitches, don't be shocked if he goes back in there again or goes up under his chin or nasty slider down and away. He has opened up his full arsenal.
The 1-2. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. And that's outside. He lost him, ball 4.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
So stepping in, Francisco Cervelli. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
Now the 1-0. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. One and one, here it comes. Well above the letters with the fastball that time.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
And he'll dive back in safely. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The 2-2 doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. The Red Sox do pick up a run on the solo shot. On to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Red Sox 6, the Jays 4. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and stepping up is the shortstop, Bichette.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it. So that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
Stepping in now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Sent on the ground out to second. On to Moreland, and that's in time for the second out. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings up the exciting Lourdes Gurriel Jr. On its way is pitch number 75. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
Hey, they say solos won't kill us, but I got to believe this guy's looking to do exactly that.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ripped on the ground to first. Moreland's there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So they breeze through this half of the inning. 5 innings complete. Boston's out in front, 6-4. Sam Gaviglio takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 43, Sam Gaviglio.
Top half of the 6th about to get started, and Michael Chavis will step in at the plate.
The second baseman, Michael.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike. And it's 1-2.
Count is 1-2.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
That's just quality pitching right there for that strikeout. As we look at all 5 pitches, notice the location, all 5 down in the zone. Some guys are real good low ball hitters, but more often than not, keeping the ball down is going to lead to a lot of success on the mound.
At the plate, Andrew Benintendi. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Got him to reach for it there as this is grounded to short. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Into the box now, Alex Verdugo. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First pitch on its way.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Man, that's a great take right there. Backdoor slider just missed the outside corner. This guy must have a really good eye. Most guys swing at that pitch.
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. Gaviglio benefits from the fact that he throws a lot of strikes, doesn't walk many batters. However, there have been occasions where he's been hit around a bit.
And that's one of the keys when you're managing a guy like this. If he's on, you're going to see him attack hitters, and when he's not, he's more prone to giving up base hits, so you have to have the bullpen ready if it's one of those days that he doesn't have it.
And that misses 2-2. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Down in order go the Red Sox. They're up 6-4. Ryan Brazier enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 70, Ryan Brazier.
Coming forward now, the Toronto designated hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
Hernandez.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Count 1-0.
Now the 1-0. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Oh, and they pulled a string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight. Ready now, Randall Grichuk. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
And that's in there for a strike. And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. The 0-1 pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
At the plate now, Reese McGuire. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. 0-for-2 for him to this point. The 1-0. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So they go down without a whimper here. 7th inning coming up. It's the Red Sox 6, the Jays 4. 7th inning ready to roll, and that'll bring up the dangerous bat of J.D. Martinez.
J.D. Martinez.
Here's the first pitch to him. Sinker on the inside, and that's a strike. Oh, good spot on the black for strike 2.
Yeah, this is straight survival mode. Down 0-2. The numbers are definitely not with the batter here.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Martinez will round first and head for second now. And the Red Sox have something going. It's a leadoff double. But baseball's a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
No question, he's swinging the bat very well of late. And when that's the case, you can't wait to get in the batter's box. Definitely the case in this game. That's his second base knock. This one for extra bases.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. So now to the plate, Xander Bogaerts, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike 1. A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. He's set. Here's the 0-1.
That's out. 1-1.
A runner at second, nobody out. Now look out as this one sends him sprawling. It's ball 2 now. Now the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor, and he's swinging a pitch that bad. Not good.
The 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Liner towards second. That's in there. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Hey, this has the makings of being a pretty big inning, D-Roll. Leadoff double, now a base hit, and all of a sudden we're looking at first and third.
Yeah, sometimes you wake up, you just get smacked in the mouth right here. He's going to have to start executing pitches. He cannot leave a ball over the heart of the plate right here. He's going to have damage on his hands.
From the belt, the pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Runners at the corners here, nobody out. And it's quickly 0-2. Now a shot toward the gap in left center. One run scores. Here's a second runner around third. And he's safe at the plate. And they double him up. It's 8-4.
I mean, that had to feel good right there, Dan. That's his third RBI of the game and extends his team's lead. They might have this one locked up.
Boy, I tell you, those are always big, those add-on insurance runs. Big RBI right there for a little bit more breathing room.
Justin Miller will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season.
Number 60, Justin Miller.
In now, Mitch Moreland, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. This is swung on and popped up, crossing into foul territory now behind third. Therefore, it is Guerrero, and that's the first out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
So here now is Jackie Bradley. He's 1 for 2 in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. Down the left field line and deep. And that will end up a foul ball. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Hey, if this guy's able to execute that two-seamer down and away consistently, he's going to get a lot of swing and misses. He's going to get a lot of weak contact. He might even get a few knots on some people's shins.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. Right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
Standing in now, Francisco Cervelli. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Michael Chavis would be next. Here it comes, the 3-0.
It'll be interesting if he comes in the zone aggressively again here. With the base open, he doesn't have to.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Now the payoff pitch home. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. It's the Red Sox 8, the Jays 4. Josh Taylor gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Josh Taylor.
That'll bring up Billy McKinney. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that first strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
The 1-0 home.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now.
You know, Matty, I'll never understand this. You work so hard throughout the course of the season and course of this game to get in 1-0, 2-0, 3-1.
This one smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. A solo shot here to left. 3rd home run for him on the year, as it's now an 8-5 ball game. Stepping in now, Kevin Biggio, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1. Bases are empty here. Nobody out. Nearly got the inside, but ruled the ball. Brandon Drury will be next. The 3-1.
3 balls, keep that.
Ground ball right side. He's got it. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. So 1 away now in the Toronto 7th. And into bat next, it'll be Brandon Drury. Here comes the first pitch.
No, inside. The 1-0. Misses, ball 2.
it's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches, and when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
Line to the right side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
Well, Dero, you have to love that if you're a hitter. You get ahead in the count 2-0. You get a fastball right down the middle, and he sure knew what to do with it.
Are you kidding me? You fight tooth and nail to get into count leverage at bats. 2-0, 3-1, 1-0 to buy yourself that fastball middle cut. He didn't miss it.
Heath Hembry takes the call from the pen as he'll try to get the final 2 outs of this 7th frame. Into the box, Bo Bichette, as he can't catch up on a fastball to letters, and it's strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
We're going to see him throw that hard fastball early and often.
Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, got to feel like it's a win for the offense.
Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Working for the punch out and the offering. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. A payoff pitch one more time. Rounded down the third baseline. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
Digging in once again, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Here's the first pitch to him. Ball 1. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit down the line at first. Moreland is there. 1 there. On to Moreland, and they roll 2 to end the inning. Jays answer right back with this solo home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's the Red Sox 8, the Blue Jays 5. Tim Meza has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Leading off the inning, Michael Chavis, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
Lifted into center field. McKinney's there for it. Makes the play. 1 away. Next up for the Red Sox, Andrew Benintendi is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lefty against lefty here as this is taken for a ball. 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes now to the Red Sox left fielder. 1 out, nobody on. Fouled off. Now the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, Dero, in a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
And a ball, 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. One-0 count. Here it is. Runners on first with 1 down. And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. Guerrero is there. 2 down.
Now that
coming to the plate now, J.D. Martinez. He came across to score after doubling in his last at bat.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get maybe once an AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
The 1-0 home.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
The 2-0 on the way.
Hey, you get 2-0, your eyes light up, but you're sitting in one spot, and he obviously didn't get it right there. But he still finds himself in a 2-1 count, ready to do some damage.
From the stretch.
Ball 3.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
A runner on first with 2 away. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Got him swinging. Made him chase outside the zone that time, and that puts an end to the inning.
Red Sox leave 1. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Matt Barnes is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 32, Matt Barnes.
So coming to the plate, Lourdes Gurriel. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one.
Leading off for the game, the left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel.
He's set. Here it comes. And this one runs up high. Ball 1. Well, this one's been a bit of a head scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty V, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, Dero, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there. And there's just so many facets to the game. Defense, base running. It's just not the team that hits the most home runs is going to win the ball game.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Inside ball.
Got to find a way to scratch at least one across. You do not want to take on the monster closing the game down 3.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A ball and a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Going back is the right fielder at the track. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. 6th home run on the season for him as they cut it to an 8-6 ball game. Fans are getting plenty of souvenirs today. That's the 5th ball we've seen clear the fence by just this one lineup alone.
Yeah, Dan, this doesn't make sense. It's absolutely freezing outside. The last place you want to be is in a batter's box, and this offensive team is driving balls out of the yard.
This is what's crazy about the game of baseball, D-Row. You would think under these conditions it would be all in favor of the pitchers. That has been anything but the case so far in this one.
He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
I can't imagine he was sitting on fastball at his neck right there. He is going to have to lower his sights if he's going to have any chance.
Good waste pitch, 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the 2nd out.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
To the plate now, Reese McGuire.
And on the first pitch, he hits it in the air to right.
Chasing after it is Verdugo. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Jays get one back on the solo home run. 9th inning straight ahead. It's the Red Sox 8, the Blue Jays 6. All set to start the 9th in this one, and that'll bring up the power-hitting shortstop Xander Bogaerts. Here comes the first pitch. Oh, and he hung the slider here, and it's a towering drive out to deep left field. This ball is gone. A home run. It's a solo shot for Xander Bogaerts. 4th home run for him on the season as they jump ahead by 3. Anthony Bass will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year.
Anthony.
So now to the plate, Rafael Devers. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. In prior meetings against Anthony Bass, he's 2 for 3. He's taken him deep once. The 1-0. Bass, the former Seattle Mariner, who was signed as a free agent in the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a 1-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that
to right field and absolutely hammered. Forget about making a play on that ball. It's way out of here. Back-to-back home runs. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His 2nd home run of the game as they open up a 4-run lead. Into the box now, Mitch Moreland.
Mitch.
As he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. As we near the end of this one, I think it's safe to say that the story of the game has undoubtedly been the long ball. Guys, what do you think about what we've witnessed?
Well, as a former offensive player, I absolutely love it. Kudos to both lineups for doing absolute damage today. One of the most fun watches of the year.
You know, D-Roll, what this shows me is this new age way of guys going up there, and they're swinging hard. You need to make good pitches, quality pitches, and if you don't have command of the fastball, you're in for a long day, and we saw that here this afternoon, a ball flying out at near record pace.
Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Grounded to first. Drury has it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Ready once again, Jackie Bradley Jr. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
And right into the shift. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Now at the plate, Francisco Cervelli. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Here's the first pitch to him. Pitch on the way. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. Ball 2.
2 strikes.
And he struck him out. So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at-bat if they want to get back in this thing. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. The Red Sox on top, 10-6. Marcus Walden gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Number 64, Marcus Walden.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And next it'll be the outfielder, Billy McKinney.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile. But, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
And that misses ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1. The pitch. And they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Boy, that's a jam shot right there. That's as good as it gets, in my opinion. Woo, up and in.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
2-2. Hit hard toward the right side. But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out.
The batter, number 8, second baseman, Kevin.
Into the box, Kevin Biggio. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Throw on to first, and now the Jays are down to their final out. At the plate, Brandon Drury, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
2 out, nobody on. Fouled away. Walden, a right-hander who stands an even 6 feet. He's in his 3rd season as a major league player. Final strike for the Blue Jays. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Yeah, and they just keep on keeping on. Got a nice little run going here, winning 4 in a row and playing with a lot of confidence. Success is never guaranteed in this game, so you have to appreciate it when it comes.
10-6, the final score in this game. The Boston Red Sox jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Colin McHugh earns the win, his 2nd. Chase Anderson couldn't get out of the first in this one as he takes the loss. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter @MLB The Show.